is indeed another great morning on Flow 94.9 FM. It's no longer news. There are so many political parties across the country as it stands now are already edging closer. The vision is beginning to get clear of who becomes who for different political parties and who will be running with who in different political parties across the country. Now there seems to be a new formed ideology that is springing up across the country, a new developed interest in terms of political awareness across the country. So with all of this, so many Nigerians are yearning for a political campaign that will be centered or themed on vision and ideology for different political parties across the country. And then today on the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions, we'll be discussing with one of the political parties here in Abia State. And then we'll be looking at a very great issue, the issue of a young progressive party as an emerging political force here in Abia State. We have the chairman of YPP chairman of YPP here in Abia State in the person of Comrade Chimex Nelson. He's here with me this morning. Good morning, Mr. Nelson.
Yeah, good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Good to have you on the program this morning.
Thank you very much for this honor.
You try and speak up a little bit so that I will be able to get your voice sound and clear.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, first off, let's start off with the political atmosphere in Abia State at this very moment.
Okay.
What exactly is it for you and your party? Is it peaceful?
Oh yeah, very peaceful, and it's a dream come true for every Abian who have advocated or wished for the young people to come to the forefront of political engagements. So I think we Abians and the youths is a win for all of us.
Okay, a big win for the young people of Abia State and then for YPP as well. Now let's look at the ideology of your party. What exactly, someone would actually ask, what exactly is the ideology of your party?
Okay, ideology of just like our slogan goes, service to the people. And everything about democracy and politics is about serving your people better. So the ideology of YPP is not out of this contest. That is why our slogan state is clear that YPP is service to the people, and we have nothing less other than to serve Abians and serve them better.
Okay, service to the people. And there is no other better way to do it than to make the people of Abia State happy. Now, some persons would be asking, your primaries, it seems like you people didn't make it open to the general public. Okay, so many persons were not aware of your primaries. Was there any reason behind that?
Oh no, just like primary activities is an internal party arrangement, and where you have to write to every organ or peripherals that is involved in the process, like the INEC, the police, and other organs, IPAC, that are supposed to be notified about our primaries, and every other party members. So party primaries is not necessarily for a showcasing. It's just an internal party thing, and every other necessary party or organ that should be notified, we are duly notified.
So you don't think that the public are supposed to be aware of your primaries?
It was on news. It was on broadcast. It was on news.
Okay. Let's look at the events that you people have that is coming up. Is that another way for some persons who are not aware of your primaries and the candidates that will be represented aside the governorship candidates?
Oh, yeah.
So let's look into that very event. Is that a platform where you people are going to set out to tell the public who is holding what flag for your party?
Oh yes, that's the idea. For us, we have done with our internal activities as a party. So it's now to show Abians, to unveil who is who, for avoidance of doubts. You understand? So we are not like some other people that will say another thing in the morning and do a different thing in the evening and all that. No, we just want to present, to show that we've concluded everything about our
that is needed
and candidacy.
Yeah, can you throw a little light on that very event?
Okay, it's tomorrow,
Yeah,
25th June, and it will be at Ngwa High School, Abia. There we'll have all our, even my national chairman and national working committee will all be there. God's grace, our leader of the party, Senator Ifan Yuba, will be there live for this maiden event. Every other thing has been arranged, and people that needs to be notified have been notified. It's just an opportunity for the youths to embrace YPP more, for a better change for Abia, because YPP, if you can see all the people on our team, you know that we took our time to select or make sure that we presenting to Abians at various constituencies the best and useful people to get the job done.
Okay, it's good to note all of that. Let's delve straight into your party structure here in Abia State, and then the forthcoming election, which one of the strongest happens to be the governorship election. Do you think that your party here in Abia State, they have the structure to beat the, in quotes, strongholds of Abia State?
Oh, very well, very well, because when you talk of structure, people are the structure. Do you understand? In politics, when people say structure, you think they are looking for a building or this and that. No, you are talking of people. And you know that the youths control 75% of every activity in the society. And we have identified with these youths, and they have embraced what we are doing. So we have all structures on ground at various polling units, wards, and local government to deliver this divine mandate. So all our structures are fully on ground.
Okay. I think the people would actually find out at the end of the day how far YPP will go in Abia State.
Okay.
Now let's look into the issue of your governorship candidate. There seems to be a news that you now have a deputy governorship candidate for YPP.
Yes.
So let's look into the governorship position first of all before we delve straight into the deputy position. Now, from the news, Enyim Naya Nwafo happens to be your governorship candidate.
Oh, yes.
Was there any reason behind that, like a motive, ideology, or vision that he presented that made it stronger for him to emerge?
Yes, everybody that wants to run, you must have an ideology or motive that is driving you.
True.
And it's there for you to present it to the party. You understand? And not just that, you go for your primaries. You understand? Which he did and won the election. So it is not really about the party. It's about how you were able to convince
the people,
the delegates, to tell them this is what I have. Do you understand? This is what my drive is or motive is. Yes.
But your party as a structure, do you people buy into this issue of what's it called, charter of equity that has been springing up in Abia State, where the next governor should be coming from? Is your party buying into it, or you're sticking on the party's ideology?
Exactly, we are sticking on the party's ideology, service to the people. We want the best, because service to Abians are courts beyond equity or zone or whatever. Do you understand? So we have presenting to Abians a man who can take away their tears, a man who can make civil servants or servants be proud of what they do, a man who can protect life and property of Abians, a man who will make Abians to be proud to be called an Abian. So it's not about where he or she is from. It's about what is inside him. Do you understand? So if you check the profile of our Guba candidate, you will know that he's the most qualified to take over the mantle of leadership in Abia. So it's not about where you are from. We have seen that happen a lot of places. People will say it should become here, and at the end of the day, it doesn't really yield a good result. So it's not, we're not into that. We are into the party ideology fully.
Okay, let's also look at what actually informed the position of the deputy governor for your party in the person of Chima Anyaso.
If you will agree with me, you'd see that is a fantastic pair.
You let me know?
Yeah, because you are looking at two young, illustrious sons of Abia coming together to change the narrative. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So these are people who have offered themselves to serve. You understand? So it's not about, we have seen places where people have to fight over this and that and do all that. But you find, if you look here, all the organs of the structure came together and said, this is the best deal. You understand? So the pair between Engineer Nayawafo and the Dr. Chima Desmond Anyaso is the best thing that will happen to Abia, or has happened to Abia already.
Okay. YPP, we've looked at your structure, we've looked at your ideology, your stronghold here in Abia State. Now, you made mention of the combination of Enyinnaya Nwafor and Chima Anyaso as a stronghold as we edge closer to the 2023 governorship election. If you compare to the persons that are emerging from some other political parties, if you're asked to give a comparative analysis of some of them, let's pick two from the APC and the PDP and your party. Where would you actually place the stronghold of your party?
Well, YPP right now with Engineer Nayawafo and Dr. Chima Desmond Anyaso, we are top of the chart.
Don't also forget about the issue of dominance, the issue of spread, as far as Abia State is concerned.
Okay.
In some other political parties, there seems to be this statement that some parties have the larger audience, the larger reach. Now, you look at the persons that your party actually picked for these positions. How far do you think that they can go?
Very far. Very far. They are, for them, when it's just like if you watch or monitored what happened in Ekiti, you found out that XDP came second in the election. You understand? Against all odds. And looking at our candidates, you found out that for them to step aside and join the young people, identify with the young people, it would send you a signal that they believe in their wide range of acceptance. They don't want to hide under the shadows of anybody or any structure that has assumed that has a dominance. No, they have seen their wide range of acceptance and they have spoken to their supporters. Do you understand? So you find out that this pair across all of the artists are top of the charts, because we're looking at the young people's mandate, because nobody can get it right anymore, because all these people that are trying to come out, you find out that it's just a thing of recycling. Do you understand? But we're giving you people, because this is a digital age, we need people who understand the young people. Do you understand? Who is in their age bracket? So that is why YPP presented to Abians very young and dynamic people. So we are not afraid of anybody coming from anywhere. We'll go to the polls. Mind you, there's an electoral act. There's a new electoral act now. So we are very confident we'll come out victorious in this election. And if you can check the tsunami happening in Abia today, there is nowhere we'll go people will not love or want to join this movement. Yes.
Okay.
Because they find this is where you go and people say, why did it take you people so long? You have clamored for things like this. Thank you, YPP.
Okay, let's also look into this issue of people joining your party. There is this notion that when someone fails in his or her political party, the next bus stop happens to be the YPP. here in Abia State. You don't think it will create some level of confusion?
No, the party organ has been structured very well. Do you understand? Party is big enough to accommodate everybody. In fact, for the last month, we have given out or registered over 100,000 new members.
Here in Abia State or across the country?
Here in Abia alone. Do you understand? Across every ward. In fact, we are still making more because people are still demanding for membership cards. So you find out that nobody is coming to drag anything because they understand the battle ahead. The battle ahead is not about who is this or who is that. It's a battle of PVC.
You don't think that no one is dragging anything with anybody?
No.
There was a publication on the 19th of March where your party was someone to step down for the young bloods. Someone who ported from a different political party to your party.
Where? In Abia here?
Yes.
Publication from the party?
No. From some national dailies. Asking one of I don't want to mention the name, was asking him to step down so that the young bloods can take over.
As the state chairman, I think I'm supposed to be aware of things like this.
Like that, okay.
And anybody can go and write anything to black men. And if we see it, we take necessary actions
to address it.
I can assure you that wasn't in Abia.
Okay, he was actually here in Abia State. Yeah. So let's let's leave your party a little bit. Let's come down to Abia State in general. What exactly is this present government? Your assessment of this present government. Let's even start from there.
It just, my brother, the truth is, to be in government is not easy, or to be a leader is not easy. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I must commend them. They've done their best, or they are putting in their best. Do you understand? And the good thing is that we'll take it from where they have stopped. You understand? So they are doing their best. You understand? I wouldn't condemn anybody's actions because you do what you know best. Do you understand? Or how far your best can take you. So that they are putting in their best, I must commend them. But this is not enough. That's the truth.
Okay.
You understand? This is not enough.
And is there any area that they are not getting it right that you think your party would, if your party is elected at the end of the day, would address?
Yes.
Can you point out some of those areas?
Number one, on full industrialization of Abia, especially Abia region. Abia is one of the major economic hub you have in Africa, but it is underutilized. Abia alone, if harnessed well, can generate a lot of jobs and a lot of internal generated revenues. Do you understand? You talk of youth employments and empowerments. You find out today that in Abia, our youths, 75% of the youths here are unemployed, and it is affecting them. Going forward, is affecting the system as well, because you see somebody 25, 30, no steady job. Do you understand? And as they are getting aged by that, there is no savings anywhere. So the Young Progressive Party is coming to address all this to make sure we return life and hope back to the youths. You understand? Because you see people, that is where it prompted somebody to even sing that school is a scam. You understand? So you find out that the young people are gradually losing focus. You understand? So our administration is going to concentrate more on the young people.
Okay, now talking about this issue of concentration, every political party in Abia State that is contesting for this governorship position, everyone is mentioning how they are going to transform Abia, turn it upside down, make it look better than the way it is. There must be a strategy that your party as a whole, I'm not even looking at the candidates now, your party as a whole, as a structure, is there any plan on ground how you intend to achieve making Abia a better place than how it is now?
Of course, when we come to presentation of manifestos, you have all that there. let's leave that for a story for another day.
Okay, it is still Flow 94.9 FM, the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions. And today on the program, we are looking at the Young Progressive Party as an emerging political force here in Abia State. And I've been speaking with the chairman of YPP in the person of Comrade Chimex and Nelson. We've been discussing the political party YPP, their primaries and their upcoming events that is happening tomorrow. These and many more we will still delve into. Let's go for a quick break, take a breather, and when we return, we continue the conversation. My name is still Frank Chuku Emeka. All right, good to have you back. It's still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions. And today on the program, we are looking at the Young Progressive Party as an emerging political force here in Abia State. And I have the chairman of the party here in Abia State in the person of Comrade Chimex and Nelson. Once more, I need to say good to have you on the program and good to,
thank you very much.
Get you lend your voice to some of the issues that we are discussing today. Now, let's look at this issue of young, vibrant persons in your party. Do you think it's something that the society is willing to embrace at this current situation in the country?
Oh yes, very well. If you can see what's happening with the recent upsurge in PVC registration, what do you think is the reason for that? The young people have decided to see this is their only passport to a better future. So you saw what's happening in Abia in some locations. You see the youths are coming out to get their PVC. If you go to INEC office here in the headquarters, in fact, you will see over 5,000 to 6,000 people. 90% of them they are within the age bracket of 18 to 30. You understand? So you find out that people or the young people have decided to do this thing their own way. You understand?
So there was a little bit of change in both social and political atmosphere in this country during the NSAS protests. Now we're still on the issue of youths. Do you think that particular protest actually paved the way for what is happening in our political environment now, with this issue of surge in youth trying to participate, trying to play along with the political movement?
Oh yes, the NSAS movement was some sort of a catalyst to what is happening now, for the eagerness for the youth to participate in politics by first getting their PVCs.
Okay.
Look, 2023 is going to be different. Do you understand? Because the young people are going to stand by their words, stand by what they believe in, stand by the fear of the unknown if things don't go their way going forward, because they have analyzed where they are coming from, and we have seen if we don't get it right, we don't know where we are going to. This is the only country where people are tagged useless here in Nigeria, but once they leave the shores of Nigeria abroad, they become useful. Do you understand? So, and you find that there are now travel restrictions and bounds. So you see some people advising, even to you, people advising, if you see where to come out. Do you understand? All of us can't live at the same time. We can't abandon our place of birth.
But also, do you think that with what panned out throughout the entire NSAS moment and season, do you think it's actually enough? Or do you think not like if it's enough? Do you think it's it creates that atmosphere that the youth are actually ready to rule this nation?
Look, listen. The NSAS movement was the most organized exercise that this country has ever seen. You see the young people providing their own security, welfare, refreshment, and all that happening throughout the entire state. Do you understand? Now, the NSAS proved to the youth what they are capable of achieving if we can bound together. Do you understand? So now 2023, or the reason for the eagerness to get PVC is just a proof that together we can. Do you understand? So the NSAS just proved that together we can achieve this.
Okay, let's leave the national level and return back to your party. Let's talk. Some persons who left your party seems to be angry. And then with the primaries just concluded, it started on the 1st of July, right?
Yeah.
Down to the 3rd.
Yes.
Yeah.
4th,
So
rather.
4th. Okay. Now, with some persons that have left your party with some angers lingering left, right, and center, how is YPP planning on mending some of these fences?
Oh well, YPP is not the first political party where someone decides to leave and tender his or her resignation.
Yeah.
But the only thing we are proud of, it wasn't a mass exodus. Do you understand? Unlike in some political parties where there is a mass exodus of people leaving.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But here you're just looking at one or two persons who feels do we have a better offer or whatever somewhere else, that they decide to leave. So the party is intact. In fact, it's fine. All organs of the party and structures are intact. So anybody that have decided to leave the party tendered resignation, we wish them well, and we even hope to meet somewhere else. You understand? So, but it doesn't affect anything about the party.
Okay.
I can assure you that.
All right, thank you very much. It's still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions on Flow 94.9 FM. So we're going to take another breather. When we return, I will continue discussing with Chimex Nelson, who is the chairman of YPP here in Abia State. It is still the platform, the pinnacle of all things on Flow 94.9 FM, this Friday edition, and we are looking at a very critical issue in our society. The issue of youths getting involved in our political environment is actually the Young Progressive Party as an emerging political force here in Abia State. And we've been discussing with Comrade Chimex Nelson, who is the YPP chairman here in Abia State. And before we went on that break, we were talking about the issue of NSAS and then how some person think that it has propelled what is happening in our political space at this very moment. But let's return down a little bit to your party. There was a statement that was made by the former NDE boss. I'm talking about Chief Chukwu Nwachukwu, who said that we need to stop this issue of recycling political leaders. I don't know what your view on that very statement.
Oh yeah, I stand by my senatorial candidates. Recycling of people or politicians haven't done any good for the states or anywhere, because you are looking when you recycle people, you are obviously recycling ideologies. Okay. Do you understand? You are obviously recycling baby some sort. Do you understand? So this is time for you to bring fresh people. Do you understand? So because if you keep recycling people, you cannot be doing the same thing over time and still expect a different result. Do you understand? So every other person who have served in one way category or the other won't say they didn't do their best. They put in their best. But it's time to give way for a new ideology, a new approach to issues. You understand? Mm-hmm. So I stand by that. Enough of recycling. So we need to bring in fresh hands and fresh legs. Yeah,
but do you think that the Abia political space have been recycling political leaders?
Oh, very much now. You see people coming from local government chairman to commissioner, from there to this, from there to that, and all that. It has we've seen that a lot.
Can you cite any example for us?
There's no need of calling names. You understand?
Some persons would actually want to know.
No. It is evident. We have seen where announcements are made of new appointments, and you are still hearing the same names. Do you understand? But it's just where somebody goes from point A to point C, or even to, at the worst case scenario, they even demote them. You are now coming from point A to point Z, but you just want to be within the corridors of power. You understand? So we've seen all that a lot, and there's no need of mentioning.
And so some persons would say that some of these persons, in quotes, who are recycled politicians, some of them are part of your party. Some left their political party and joined your party.
Well, if they left their party to join my party does not mean they are going to be recycled into the system. They have just decided to stand out of the crowd and say the things you are doing is not right.
So what happens at the end of the day if your list drops tomorrow and one of them happens to be holding a political becomes of your flag bearer?
That's how you wait until we drop the list.
No, I know we're going to, but I'm just asking, what happens if the list drops and then we're not seeing out, in quotes, the recycled politicians?
Yes,
happens to be one of your flag bearer.
We are only assuring Abians we are not going to disappoint them with our list.
So you are making the assurance on Flow 94.9 FM that there is not going to be any recycled politicians on your list.
It's not about recycled politicians. We have shown Abians we are not going to disappoint them. Do you understand? Because look, anybody that is you term the recycled politician should have been happier being on the other side. Do you understand? So if he's not happy on the other side and have moved over to the other side, it means he wants a better and more progressive Abia.
Okay, a more better and more progressive Abia. Now let's look at this issue of students who are home and the issue of insecurity. Some persons would say that the students who are home are somehow in connection with the issue of insecurity. I don't know what's your view on that very statement.
Okay, well, there are always dangers to anything we don't get right, and there are repercussions for us failing to get things done the right way. But notwithstanding, our young people are not criminals, because there is no good connection between the students at home and the insecurity. Because if there is a connection, you're talking of millions of students who are at home. You and I wouldn't be sitting here now.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So, but we are looking at where these young people, because I was still a victim of these strikes too. Do you understand? So you are looking at where people are concerned of what their future holds, because back then it started with a strike of 3 months up to we saw the one of 9 months.
Yeah,
you understand? You find out that it's progressive. You are now seeing a strike of 1 year. You don't know, by the time of our children will be old enough to go to university, you might be seeing a strike of 4 years, 3 years, 2 years. So you find now at this point the young people are concerned. If we don't get things right now, it's going to be worse going forward. Do you understand? So you citing of insecurity. We heard about when students were being kidnapped along absolute roads. Do you understand? So insecurity has no connection with our students. We are only talking about getting things right. If there are criminal elements anywhere operating anyhow, so these are things that should be taken care of decisively. And right now, white people who have studied all these things, and when we come into administration, we are going to approach this security issue from a different perspective. Look, this is the only place in the world where you hardly see surveillance gadgets at this 21st century. This is the only place in the world an incident happened here. You only get reports or feedbacks based on hearsay. Do you understand? So there's no real-time footage to say this is how this happened. So our administration, as the young people, we are going to employ every technical and digital option we have to make sure we bring the issue of insecurity to a thing of the past.
Okay. We have been discussing with Comrade Chimex Nelson, the Abia State YPP chairman, and he has been lending his voice as far as the party structure here in Abia State is concerned. But for now, we're going to open up our phone lines while we'll take some calls and then react to some other issues that we have on our decks this morning. It is still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions on Flow 94.9 FM. The number to call is 080 818-269-49, or you can as well call 081-160-524949, or you can send an SMS to 090-56-108289. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Frank.
Yeah, good morning. What's the name and where you're calling from?
Who say man know there's the name? I'm calling from Umaya. Good morning to our guest in the house.
Oh, good morning, sir.
Please, I'm enjoying the program. Let me just start with that. Most times, I still believe that every other politician, it's not everybody that is meant to be a politician as far as is concerned, but our problem lies in the constitution. If the constitution has met our politics that makes money attractive, I don't see people that are doing well in their various endeavors to join politics. And he talked about the issue of what PDP is doing in Abia State and every other place, not only PDP and APC. It's just most people that have been chosen are just politicians. But we have other younger politicians. But to me, if peradventure maybe I employ you and you are doing very well in your area of designation assignment, there's no need of bring another person, except maybe the person has felt that you can bring another person. So likewise, in every other thing that we do in life, politics, that is not supposed to be everybody's, it's supposed to be everybody's business. But in Nigeria, due to the money attached to the Nigerian politics, that's why everybody wants to be a politician. I pray that God will help us to talk about our 1999 constitution and still amended. If that will make politics next money attractive, you don't see anybody. Maybe when security vote happens to be 10 million naira, and maybe a governor will be getting 10 million naira salary. You don't see people venturing into politics. Most of us are going there because of money. And
Thank you.
I don't trust the youth. I've told you, I don't trust the youth.
Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, my name is, good morning to my state chairman.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yes, my name is Evan Sunam Sergeant Okonko, calling from Obodimibe, Umapara, Ward precisely. Evans is the ward chairman YPP.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
Yes, I am so happy. I've been expecting this kind of program on radio. I'm very, very happy. And they said something of going to Abia tomorrow. We are all ready to move to Abia to let the other state know that we have come and we have come. The young Progressive Party YPP have come to stay in Abia, and I am happy for that. And also my cousin is contesting for Abia Central. Isuchuku Mosu is my cousin from my ward, but he's living there in Umaya town. So I said something like the moderator said something about equity. APC in other state, where did they zone their distance to? PDP, where did they zone their own? APC is saying somebody from other central, and these people are saying somebody from Ongwa too. So I can say that the equity here in other state has spoiled. When we started with Abia North, then Abia Central, then Abia is supposed to go back to Abia North now, and now they have spoiled everything. So
all right, thank you.
We are
Thank you.
to let the other state to know that the young people are coming to take over the state, and we trust the YPP, we trust our chairman too.
Thank
and
you.
Our government is transparent.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my good brother. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Yeah, thank you. I'm doing well by special grace of God. My name is Malcolm Emmanuel Okoko. I'm calling from Abia morning.
All right, go ahead.
My dear brother, let me tell you, there is no two ways about it. The situation in Nigeria is pathetic. Very, very pathetic. Where we are is not where we're supposed to be. But in a situation, some people are thinking that business as usual. It can never be business as usual. Let me use the opportunity and thank Buhari for him to sign an electoral act. And I believe that our vote will come this time around. It can never be PDP all the way. It can never be SDP all the way. It can never be ABDA all the way. It can never be YPP all the way. We are voting for the person. It's not party. We are looking for a person that will serve Abia. Put out where Abia is supposed to be. It's not party. So tell the young man there that it's not party. He's a good man. He will win an election in his place. But if you know that it's not good for his people, he will fail. We turn to the people. There's no two ways about it.
Thank you
so
very much.
That is what I want to say. Have a wonderful morning.
And you too. Hello, good morning. Okay, the number to call is still 08081826949, or you can as well call 08116052949. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good Kwemizo is my name. I'm calling from Osaibe Christian Kingdom.
All
You
right.
asked my friend a pertinent question. I believe in the young ones, and I believe that we must be sincere in what we are doing. Young Progressive Party in Abia State, at what point did they start welcoming these old politicians from the PDP? I see we try to run away. We say we are young persons. You mentioned somebody that is running as your governor, your senatorial candidate. At what point? What is the age of that person that is contesting for the senatorial role? And they are talking of recycling, and the presenter asked you a pertinent question. If you look at this, we confuse ourselves because we think that recycling means you bring a young person that is bereft of idea. We are talking of a young person that is knowledgeable. Now you are saying you are a young person and you are talking about recycling. Please don't say what you don't actually, because this recycling.
All right.
You discover that you keep recycling the old person.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're going to take some of the SMSs that I have here, and then we'll run straight to our Facebook platform. Don't forget that we are streaming live on Facebook. This one says, good morning, Flu FM. I totally disagree with AC. Okay, this is not part of our conversation this morning. This one says, okay. I think there's a little bit of a mixed up here. Okay, what a sweet name, YPP. What a sweet name, YPP. It is really portrays the quest of the youth of Abia, Nigeria, but that's not the case. I remember when Kingsley Moghalu was singing all the sweet songs with his talks, later jumped into the ship of the APC, but finally lost his voice of agitation for the youth when he left the APC for ADP, where he was given the final blow by Dumebi. Don't you think YPP is just selfish? Okay. Not for the youth. Ujungwa Uchenna from Montserrat. Probably you react to that after this. This one says YPP is and will remain the only political party that will change the narrative in Abia State. I call on Abians to join YPP. This one is coming from Douglas here in Omaha. I don't know. Someone made mention of something. The first message I read about the issue of persons who are part of YPP jumping ship at the dying minutes.
Well, on that, you find out that it's a personal thing.
Okay.
Do you understand? When an individual decides, maybe I didn't get what I want here, and you find out that it still revolves around the party ideology.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So, and what happened after he left the party? Just like the sender said, he was given the final blow somewhere else. Do you understand? So it's not everybody can decide to take his or her decisions. You just be responsible for your actions and what comes out of it.
Okay, so we're going to go to our Facebook page. Let's take one or two comments there. This one is coming from Onye Desmond. He said, we welcome YPP in Abia State, and more especially God's willing, by this time next year there will be a YPP here in Abia State House of Assembly member representing Ndio. Okay, thank you very much, Desmond. This one is coming from Ifani. It says, good morning, gentlemen in the studio. I am very sure that before the 2023 general election, the Young Progressive Party will collapse its structure in favor of PDP. I don't okay, now let's leave that part of the statement. This one is coming from Magnus Emmanuel. He says, I am Engineer Ima from Owerri. My man, I greet you for coming on air. Okay, thank you very much. I'm from Chimeze Okeze. He says, YPP is the answer to the cry of Abians come 2023. Join the moving train today. Okay, thank you very much for lending your voice. We're going to go back to the phone line. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
And Mr. Chairman, you have spoke well. I remain Agruyan. You find you want to come on my way, come here to Boma, in my state.
All right.
This YPP. I want to know the sponsor. I want to know which capacity, which level, which structure, and then moving on. Because they are called young party, which is structure. Because everybody are interested to rule this country, this and that, the YPP, YAS, this and that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Because we like data and work together and achieve some we Igbos.
Thank you.
Don't believe in this multiple party will help us because it's which is structure, which is capacity.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
My brother. You have spoken well. Let us see.
All right, thank you very much. The fact that we don't have much time on the program is still on the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions on Flow 94.9 FM, and I've been discussing with the chairman of YPP here in Abia State in the person of Comrade Chimex Nelson. I'll be looking at the Young Progressive Party as an emerging political force here in Abia State. Now, before we go, some of your candidates are going to be declaring tomorrow. So what exactly are the expectations for Abians? And your party members as well.
The expectation tomorrow is that of hope to Abians tomorrow, because they are going to see bright faces and faces of assurance that Abia is going to be better. So that is what and nothing less that Abians will expect from YPP tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you very much for being part of the conversation today.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. All right, and a special thank you to all of you who've joined us from 10 a.m. until this very moment. I want to say thank you for some of you who is joining us live on Facebook. Thank you. Some who sent in the SMS. Thank you very much. And for those people who join us via the phone line, I want to extend our greetings to you and say thank you for being part of the conversation. My name is still Frank Chukwu Emeka, and God bless you and have a fantastic Friday ahead of you.